wants to wheel to gain a little bit more camber, we'll maybe shorten this thing up just a little bit right here. But there again, when Biffle and those guys want the car to turn better in the middle of the corner, we'll move this ball joint down as much as an inch. But what we have to do, we have to fabricate a steering arm to do that. But it's a very sophisticated process that we use the engineering and the input of the driver according to the feel that he likes to come up with a situation that he's really responsive to, likes the feel of the steering wheel, and that's what we go with, the driver's input, and that's what Biffle's trying to achieve, a good feel in the steering wheel and a response with the race car.
Great explanation, Tim. For more information on spindles, log on to ESPN.com, search word Tech Center.
Tim just gave us a great explanation about suspension on these cars. And Andy, you probably know more than anybody. You are really involved in all this type of stuff. Everybody likes a different thing. And when we walk through the garage here, we see a lot of different things.
There's a lot of ways to make these cars handle. And it's all about the package. It's how things work together. And those spindles are a big part of it.
Well, one of the guys who has a great spindle tonight and a great package, the 9 car. Casey Kane is just dominating the evening here. 312 laps in the books.
Wednesday, go way behind the scenes of Talladega.
It's unbelievable, you know what I'm saying?
The biggest, fastest race in NASCAR, where it's all about horsepower, blistering speed, and staying in the race.
Johnny, you okay?
NASCAR in primetime, Wednesday at 9.
Very first time NASCAR's ever given any news organization uncensored access to its inner workings. That's a great show. ABC Primetime coming up 9 o'clock Eastern Time on Wednesday night. We welcome you back to the Sharpie 500. This aerial coverage from high above Bristol Motor Speedway, courtesy of our good friends at Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR, helping NASCAR drivers get to the finish line for the past 25 years.
Just had a swap for the second spot here. Carl Edwards in the 99 just passed the 8 car of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Dale Jr. was maneuvering around a lot of traffic out there. Got hung up behind Robbie Gordon in the 7 car. Carl Edwards used that to his advantage and got around him. But Carl's had a strong car throughout the night. I'd have to say, guys, these top 3 have been inseparable throughout the night. Been bumper to bumper. Very close.
Casey Kane's really working hard on Michael Waltrip, having a hard time getting by him, putting him another lap down, and just let Carl Edwards catch right back up to the back bumper of Casey Kane.
Well, when these cars run side by side, it creates a lot of drag, aerodynamic drag. And if you're a single car behind these two, you'll run up on them pretty quick, like you see Carl Edwards doing now. I venture to say if Casey Kane can clear him, he'll start picking up speed and driving away again.
Gonna have to be patient, man. It looks like patience are running thin.
Casey Kane now with a 99 car of Carl Edwards chomping away behind him. Earnhardt Jr. right there behind Edwards, first, second, and third.
Well, Casey's probably getting frustrated with Michael Waltrip. Michael's 3 laps down, and he's really struggling because of that. And Casey's probably thinking, what in the world's going on? I'm leading this thing. Let me go. But, you know, these guys are all racers. And they want to race, and so they're not giving way to anybody right now.
These are the situations, though, that get these guys' tempers short, because Michael Waltrip is 2 laps down. This will put him 3 laps down if Casey can get by him. And now you see Carl Edwards driving the inside of Casey Kane.
You know, just looking at our monitor, showed him 3 laps down. Then he went back, and it went back to 2 laps down. So you're right. Just a little bit, it's going to go back to 3.
More on Casey Kane, Dave?
Well, and Rusty, I was going to ask you as a driver, you may get 2 or 3 lines here at Bristol now in the corners, but what's the one line everybody wants down the straightaways? They want that outside line, right?
Well, yeah.
Michael Waltrip is on that all the way through.
We got action up front. The 99 car, the 55 and 9 got a little bit together. The 55 getting loose, and now the 9 can't get by. And you got to be getting frustrated if you're Casey Kane.
Well, you are, but back what Mike said, Dave said he's exactly right, because he's coming off the corner, and in case he wants to run out to the wall so he can hold the throttle wide open and keep the momentum going, and he can't do that quite yet.
I got a feeling Michael Waltrip's getting ready to get real loose, too, when Casey Kane gets to the back bumper.
Oh, yeah, first, second, third right on his bumper. So in fourth now, Kurt Busch coming in the picture.
Casey Kane now trying to get high. Michael Waltrip going to run the bottom of the racetrack. Kane had a pretty good lead, comfortable lead, and now he's in jeopardy of losing that lead. The 99 car of Edwards in second spot. Here comes Earnhardt Jr. to the outside of the 99.
And you got to believe shortly here, somebody's going to line up their front bumper to the rear bumper of Michael Waltrip and see how it works.
Edwards takes the lead in the inside of Casey Kane. Here comes Earnhardt Jr. He will split the difference and get in front of Kane for second spot.
Looks like here Kurt Busch just caught these guys too, so it's now a 4-car race.
Kurt Busch is going for these points. He wants to get locked in the top 12, and he's not letting any grass grow between him and the rest of them now.
Little contact with Michael. It's like Carl Edwards didn't have the patience Casey Kane did.
You are the leader, buddy. Just be smooth now.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. now moving to the inside of the 55 car. He will try to get by. Now Casey Kane will be able to hopefully.
You know, I really don't know why Michael's doing that. You know, everybody likes Michael Waltrip, but these are the leaders. They're the top 4 cars, and Michael's just racing them like crazy. And finally, Edwards just had to root him out of the way.
I can understand if he's 1 lap down or maybe just going down the first lap, but being 2 and 3 laps down, I don't understand why he's racing these guys unless he's just trying to get a little camera time because he's a little frustrated this year and hadn't had the season that he's looking for. He knows he's racing around these leaders and the cameras are on him, so maybe that's what he's looking for.
Yeah, that could be. Michael's a good little driver, that's for sure. He's always been good with getting his sponsors all the ink he can, but he almost got himself stuck in a wall over that one. See some damage on the left rear of Michael's left rear quarter panel from that shot that Carl Edwards gave him.
Well, that shunt with Michael Waltrip cost Casey Kane the lead. He goes from first to third. And now Carl Edwards will reassume the lead. Only had 2 leaders all night long. Edwards is now being shown at the top of the field. He's led 3 times for 35 laps. An unseasonably calm night in Bristol, Tennessee. Don't normally see him like this. Laps winding down. Carl Edwards back up front where he was early on.
This telecast is available on ESPN HD, presented by DirecTV. Big weekend of racing, Labor Day. Next week, we head to the California Speedway, where drivers take turn 1 at over 200 miles per hour. This 2-mile D-shaped oval super speedway is located 52 miles east of LA and 60 miles west of Palm Springs. And this is where Matt Kenseth shines. He took 2 of the last 3 Cup races there and has 4 California Busch wins. The NASCAR Busch Series at Fontana next Saturday, 9:45 p.m. Eastern, and the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series at Fontana, presented by Principal Financial, at 7 Eastern. And here in Tennessee, the car of tomorrow on a brand new concrete surface and configuration at Bristol at night. But a lot has been uncharacteristic. Brad, what jumps out at you first?
Well, the tremendous long green flag runs that we've watched tonight. You know, we just have not seen this over the years here at Bristol. And the thing I'm starting to watch for are some of the guys who ran in the Busch race last night, like Jeff Burton and Ryan Newman and Kyle Busch. And we're going to see if these guys can, how fit they are running this race as well, because it's got to be a tremendous strain after running the race last night and having these long runs without any rest. So long green flag runs have been really, really impressive.
354 of 500 laps so far. What should we be looking for now?
Well, I think as these pit stops get ready to come up here, we're getting ready to have some slowing down the action. So whoever can get off pit road and keep their position without losing position, significant positions, has a good chance to go ahead and stay out front and possibly win this race.
So far tonight, it's been all about Casey Kane, the only other driver to even get close. Carl Edwards, Doc, leads right now.
Carl Edwards, 1 win here in 2007.
2 more laps.
And pit stops becoming order of the day. Here's the 18 car of J.J. Yaley, who was running in 8th position on pit road. Dave.
Great run continues for J.J. Yaley. He said nothing on the radio since the last stop, so we'll take a peek and see if they go to any changes on the chassis, and they do not. They're going to just make any slight air pressure adjustment they have to, but Yaley driving a great race so far, worked his way all the way up into the top 10, just fell out of it just a few laps ago. Left side finishing up, and J.J. is on and off of pit road.
Right now, these cars got 18-gallon fuel cells. Our Andy Petrie just told me they can run about 135 laps, so it's going to be really tough for these guys to make it to the end, and pit stops are happening now.
99 on pit road. He jammed the brakes on it, saw smoke billowing from the front of those tires as he got on the pit road. Now it's creeping down at 30 miles an hour. Dave.
One of the longest drives on pit road. Carl finally makes it into his pit stall. Tight in the center was the complaint that he had. They were going to make, looks like they're going to make just an air pressure adjustment on the 99. Allen.
During that entire green flag run from the last restart, Dale Jr. said nothing about his car. So far tonight, minimal changes to this 8 machine. It'll be a 4-tire stop and no noticeable changes to this 8 car once again.
Wanted a track bar adjustment and an air pressure adjustment. Air pressure out of the right front. Tire specialist Kevin White giving them a right front tire that had just a little less air pressure in it. Car wants to turn a little bit better for Casey. They'll get on up pit road. It was under yellow before. Green flag stop. A good one, Mike.
Martin Truex Jr. all the way back into the top 10. Says it's a little bit snug in the center and loose off. A 4-tire change, a slight air pressure adjustment, and that's all for Martin Truex Jr. Very happy with his race car, and he's away. Dave.
Kurt Busch's car on pit road now. They will go to air pressure for Kurt as well. The car has been tight tonight. It's been loose tonight. They've got it back and forth in different directions. This last run, just a tick loose for Kurt, which isn't bad here at Bristol. 4-tire change being completed. He leaves pit road.
These should be the final pit stops. Here's the 07, Clint Boyer coming in, the 10 of Scott Briggs, and the 12 of Ryan Newman, who was the leader coming off the racetrack. Dave.
Just a few laps ago, Ryan radioed to crew chief Mike Nelson. A series of things tight off the corner was one of them that he wanted him to work on just a little bit. Chassis adjustment and air pressure adjustment for Ryan this time. This crew trying to get him into the chase by a good pit stop. Mike.
After the last adjustment on the 20 car, Tony Stewart complained they got him too tight in the center. They make another chassis adjustment and a 4-tire change this time.
The 5 car who won here in the spring is being shown as the leader. There comes the 24 car of Jeff Gordon to try to lead his first lap.
100 now, 3,900.
As Kyle Busch peels off to come down for his pit stop at 30 miles an hour. Seems like an eternity, Rusty, to be able to get down pit road when you're running 120 miles an hour. You just jam on the brakes at 30, you just creep along.
Oh, these guys are barely putting around and almost had damage with Kenny Wallace coming in. Kyle Busch did. Alan?
Little crossover there on pit road. Kyle Busch talked about his front tires chattering earlier tonight. They continue to make adjustments on this car and continue to work on it. They had moved up to the 11th spot just before the pit stop. It's a 4-tire change from the 5. We'll see if he lost a lot of ground because of that crossover on pit road. Dave?
The top seed for the chase right now, Jeff Gordon. He is locked in tonight. A race they wanted to win, or they didn't really care about anything else than that. They're trying to turn this car around right now. It is only tight for a fraction of a second in the middle of the corner. Otherwise, very loose. You see him going to the chassis adjustment through the back window. They'll make an air pressure adjustment as well. Crew chief Steve Letarte trying to bring this car around for Jeff Gordon.
15.1 seconds. Steve Letarte, you heard the adjustments there. 132 laps to go, and it shouldn't be a problem now to make it as far as fuel's concerned, Andy, but if you can hang on to those tires and be able to keep the car clean. One car spins around between turns 3 and 4. That is the 6 car of David Reagan, and that will bring out caution for the 4th time tonight.
I might need a bungee strap or something. This thing keeps popping out of gear for some reason.
That was a huge break for Jimmy Johnson in the 48 car. They're showing 3rd on the board right here. Had not made his stop yet. So this is going to be a huge break for Jimmy.
Johnson, remember, came in to pit road on that last yellow, came in the second time. He stayed back out on the racetrack here, had not come on the pit road.
And that bought him just enough laps to be able to stay out and take advantage of this caution.
So a great call by Chad Knaus. You talked about it earlier, bringing him in, maybe giving him a chance where he hasn't run that well all night long.
Now, Andy, is he going to worry about running out of gas right now in these high banks? He's got to be really low in fuel. I think he'd have to probably get down on the apron, or else his 48 just might run out of fuel.
I think he's okay because he did make a pit stop after these guys did under caution. He's got a few extra laps. Here's the 7 car. He's also a guy that benefits from this.
Robbie Gordon led last week at Michigan. He leads again here tonight at Bristol, Tennessee. He comes on the pit road. Jimmy Johnson following him down.
Also the 41 car of Reed Sorensen. He had not made his green flag stop yet either. It's a big break for these guys.
Long way around. And by the way, the 1 car, Martin Truex Jr., will get the free pass. He will get back on the lead lap and now put 16 cars back on the lead lap here in the final 130 laps.
Take a look at the right front tire change on Robbie Gordon's got a light on his helmet. Really got those lug nuts lit up. Look how luminant that is. That's something.
That helps a ton. These night races are so hard for these tire changers to be able to see those lug nuts. I've been a front tire changer. I know how hard that is to see these lug. That's a great idea.
Jimmy Johnson getting his service.
Go. Clear out to the wall.